Hello, this is KV Ramana, lecturer of Zoology. Today we will discuss about the human respiratory passages, larynx. Generally, if you see the diagram, you can understand easily. Larynx is a box-like structure, right? It is made up of, or it is supported by 9 cartilages. Let us see what are the cartilages. Next, larynx, also known as sound box or voice box, because it produces sound, right? If you see the structure very clearly, it is a voice box or sound box. It is made up of a cartilage present at the upper part of the trachea, right? If you see the upper part of the trachea, this is a trachea. This upper part of the trachea, if you see, there is a specialized structure is present, right? You know, the opening part of trachea is called glottis. This is the opening part of trachea is called glottis. Then during swallowing, this glottis can be covered by, whenever you swallow the food, at the time the food should not be enter into the pipe, right? So at the time what happens, no, this flap like structure or lid which is present over the glottis, right? Glottis is the opening part of trachea. Sorry, glottis is the opening part of larynx. Larynx is a sound box. This is a larynx. Larynx is a sound box or voice box. The opening part of the larynx is called glottis. Glottis form a long flap like or lid like structure is called epiglottis. This is a epiglottis. This epiglottis will move according to movement of the food. Whenever you swallow, immediately this lid should be closed, the opening of glottis, then the food will be enters into the food pipe. I hope you understand, right? It is given very clearly. It is upper part has an opening that is called glottis. We have seen that this is a glottis opening. During swallowing, this glottis can be covered by epiglottis, right? This glottis can be covered by epiglottis. What is epiglottis? Which is a leaf-shaped elastic cartilage. Very, very important. In our body, there are 3 parts are made up of elastic cartilages. Many parts are there, but as per anatomy, there are 3 parts are made up of elastic cartilage. One is epiglottis. Epiglottis is made up of elastic cartilage. Second one is external ear or ear pinna. Third one is eustachian tube. I told you there is a tube which is opens into nasopharynx. That eustachian tube also made up of the elastic cartilage, right? Epiglottis is a covering or lid to prevent the entry of food into the larynx during the swallowing. When you swallow the food should not be enter into the larynx, right? It should be enter into the food pipe. So it is prevented by this lid-like structure. This lid play a very important role. It is under controlled by the autonomous nervous system. Okay, now automatically it will be moved, right? Let us see what is the structure of the larynx. Just now we have seen that larynx is made up of or supported by the 9 cartilages. In that 3 are the paired cartilages, 3 are the unpaired cartilages. Larynx also known as a voice box. If you see the structure, the internal anatomy of the larynx, we can see in the diagram very clearly, but no need that much anatomy. Just you have to find it. Just you have to identify what are the unpaired cartilages and paired cartilages. Then here what I have given, that information you have to remember. The shape of a particular cartilage and what does it made, right? Okay, let us see larynx also known as voice box or sound box because it produces sound, right? That's what is called voice box or sound box. The larynx is supported by the 9 cartilages. There are 3 unpaired cartilages, 3 paired cartilages. Total cartilages are 9. 1, 2, 3. 2 plus 2 plus 2. Total 9 cartilages are there. These following cartilages we have wrote here. The following cartilages are 3 unpaired cartilages such as thyroid cartilage, cricoid cartilage and epiglottis, and 3 paired cartilages such as arytenoid cartilage, carniculate cartilage and cuneiform cartilage. See in the labeling you can understand easily. So thyroid cartilage is made up of hyaline cartilage. It is the largest cartilage. It is a C-shaped cartilage. Dorsal it is incomplete. That means ventrally almost it is covered. Okay now, but dorsal it is incompleted. It is the largest and single cartilage. Then you go for the second type of cartilage, that is a cricoid cartilage. Cricoid cartilage is made up of hyaline cartilage. It is a ring shaped cartilage and below the thyroid cartilage. It is present below the thyroid cartilage. And epiglottis we learnt in the last one. Epiglottis is a flap like or lid like structure which is present over the glottis, which helps to opening and closing, and which helps to allow the food into the food pipe and wind into the wind pipe, which helps in prevent the entry of food into the larynx. Next, epiglottis is made up of elastic cartilage, is a lid or flap like structure, right? It is present over the, where it is present on the glottis. It is very clear about the unpaired cartilages. Now we are going to explain about the three paired cartilages. The three paired cartilages are, one is arytenoid cartilage, one is cuneiform cartilage, one is a corniculate cartilage. Now let us see the first paired cartilage is arytenoid cartilage. It is also made up of hyaline cartilage. It is a pyramid shaped cartilage. The importance of this cartilage is a pyramid shaped cartilage. Okay, next one is a corniculate cartilage. It is made up of elastic cartilage. It is also known as cartilage of Santorini. Very important, this what they have introduced in our SCRT also. Corniculate cartilage, also known as the cartilage of Santorini. These are paired cartilages. It is knot like, knot in the sense a thread, if you tie it, it looks like knot like cartilage. It is present at the bottom of arytenoid cartilage. It is present at the bottom of arytenoid cartilage. And last and final, a paired cartilage is cuneiform cartilage. It is also made up of elastic cartilage. It is a club shaped cartilage. Cuneiform cartilage is, it is a club shaped cartilage which is present very close to the thyroid cartilage. So in this lecture we have completed about what is a larynx anatomical structure we have completed, but as a physiologically what is the function? Larynx, it is also known as voice box or sound box. How voice will be come out, how the sound will be produced, this will be seen in the continuous class. Next important thing is thyroid cartilage. Some books they have given it is a C-shaped cartilage. Some books they have given it is a apple shaped cartilage. Why it is called as apple shape? It is present in both male and female. Okay, thyroid cartilage is present in both male and female. But important thing is, when the male individual is reaches to the adolescence, due to production of androgens, the chief androgen is the testosterone, some extra projection will be formed from the thyroid gland. Whenever you reaches to the adolescent, due to production of androgens, mainly that's the testosterone, this thyroid gland develop a subcutaneous projection, that is a laryngeal prominence, is called Adam's apple. Very important, Adam's apple. This Adam's apple, it's look like a apple. That's why the name, the shape of the thyroid gland is a apple shape. This Adam's apple is present in both male and female, but in the male it is a conspicuous. That is, we can see very clearly. I hope you understand, right? So due to overdevelopment of this Adam's apple and development of the vocal cords, right, the voice will be different. We will see what is a larynx. Generally larynx is nothing but sound box or voice box because it produces a voice or sound. What is the reason behind to produce a voice, right? There are a very important significant character, presence of vocal cords. Due to presence of vocal cords, these vocal cords are made up of elastic yellow fibers. It vibrates while exhale the air, right? So in larynx, two pairs of vocal cords are present for sound production. Very important. There are two pairs of vocal cords are present for sound production, right? In that, one is an anterior pair of vocal cords are called false vocal cords. There is a posterior paired vocal cords are called true vocal cords, right? Here there are a pair anterior, there is a pair posterior. Now the space present between two false vocal cords are called rima vestibuli. Very important. Okay, now it won't be in the textbook. You are very clear. The space present between the two false vocal cords are called rima vestibuli. The space present between two two true vocal cords are called rima glottidis. Now, why these are false vocal cords? Why these are the true vocal cords? Among these false vocal cords will not involved in the phonation. That means does not to produce a sound. So these are composed of, just it is a mucous membrane. It is made up of a mucous membrane. Just it is made up of a mucous membrane. This mucous membrane secrete the mucus always moisture to the true vocal cords. That means true vocal cords may be dries up, right, while exhale the air contains somewhat hot air compared with the inhaling air. So that it should be moistured by the, what is that, false vocal cords. These false vocal cords always they provide the moisture to the true vocal cords. So these are not help in phonation. Phonation means sound production. I hope you understand about the there is an anterior pair of vocal cords, that's the false vocal cords. The place or the space present between the two false vocal cords are called rima vestibulate. And second type of vocal cords are called, second type of posterior paired vocal cords are called true vocal cords. These are composed of a sheet of yellow elastic fiber connective tissue. Okay, now it is made up of yellow elastic fibrous connective tissue. These yellow colored fibers are vibrate while exhale the air. This sound production is differ from the female and male. What is the reason? Reason is due to androgens. One more time we are talking about the androgens, because androgens are the male sex hormones which influence the voice also, because the low range of pitch of voice produced by the males. The reason is vocal folds or vocal cords are thicker and longer. Due to thickness is more, the thickness of the vocal cords, if you see the diagram you can understand easily. The the vocal cords which are present in the males, that is a very thick, right, at the same time somewhat lengthy compared with the female vocal cords. But vocal folds or vocal cords which are present in the female, it is a thin and short, and it to produce a higher range of pitch. That's the difference between male vocal folds and female vocal folds. I hope you understand about the complete information regarding the larynx, right? So larynx, also known as sound box, it is supported by the 9 cartilages. 3 are the unpaired cartilages, 3 are the paired cartilages. Along with that, a special feature of the pharynx is presence of vocal cords. These vocal cords are majorly 2 types. One is a paired, one is a anterior pair, second is a posterior pair. Anterior pair of vocal cords are called false vocal cords because does not produce a voice. Posterior paired vocal cords are called true vocal cords. These are because they are involved in the production of sound. I hope you understand about the complete information regarding this larynx also known as sound box. Thank you.